When it comes to hitmen, you usually expect cold-blooded professionals, ruthless, efficient, silent killers. But Bullet Train 2022 gives us Lemon and Tangerine, two of the most chaotic, hilarious, and unexpectedly lovable assassins ever put on screen. These two aren't just contract killers. They are a bickering married couple disguised as brothers, and a buddy cop duo if the cop part was replaced with murder, and living proof that even assassins can have workplace drama. While the movie is full of killers, psychopaths, and double-crossers, these two steal every scene with sharp banter, questionable decision-making, and an obsession with Thomas the Tank Engine that somehow makes perfect sense. Lemon and Tangerine, played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry, are British assassins hired to recover a kidnapped kid and a briefcase full of cash. They're known as the Twins, despite looking absolutely nothing alike, because branding is important in the murder business. Tangerine is the more serious, tough guy professional, rocking sharp suits, a Cockney accent, thick enough to be legally classified as a weapon, and enough swagger to make James Bond jealous. He's got the skills of a top-tier assassin, but the patience of a man who's been stuck in traffic for 3 hours straight. Lemon, on the other hand, is the heart of the duo. A man who sees the world through the lens of Thomas the Tank Engine and applies it to literally every situation. He's goofy, unpredictable, and somehow still manages to be an effective killer, despite spending half his time ranting about whether someone is a Diesel or a Percy. Their personalities clash constantly, but at the end of the day, they're the closest thing each other has to family. Their relationship is what makes them more than just side characters. They feel real, dysfunctional, and deeply entertaining. Unlike some of the more sinister assassins on the train, Lemon and Tangerine aren't evil. They're just trying to do their job, and that job keeps getting more and more ridiculous by the second. Their mission should have been simple: return the kidnapped son of a dangerous crime lord and his money. But thanks to a series of mix-ups, betrayals, and one very unlucky Brad Pitt, they end up in one giant, explosive mess. What makes them so great is that they're both extremely competent and yet completely cursed with bad luck. If a simple mission has a 0.01% chance of going wrong, these two will somehow hit that jackpot every time. At their core, they're not out for revenge, world domination, or personal glory. They just want to finish the job, collect their money, and go home in one piece. But considering this is Bullet Train, things don't exactly go that smoothly. When chaos meets efficiency, despite their constant arguing, inability to agree on anything, and Lemon's obsession with children's programming, these two are deadly assassins with serious skills. How? Gunfighting and hand-to-hand combat. They may joke around, but when the bullets start flying, they don't miss, thinking on their feet. Even when everything goes wrong, they adapt, even if half of their plans involve improvising on the spot. Lemon's Thomas the Tank Engine theory for reading people is surprisingly accurate. They work well together when they're not trying to kill each other over miscommunications. Individually, they're skilled hitmen. Together, they're an unstoppable force of chaos. Tangerine is all about that classic British gangster aesthetic: three-piece suits, gold jewelry, and a level of confidence that makes him look effortlessly cool, even when dodging bullets. He's got the charisma of a rock star, but the kill count of a warlord. Lemon, in contrast, is casual and laid back, and an energy that screams, "I just showed up to the wrong job interview, but I'm gonna roll with it." The contrast in their styles perfectly represents their personalities. Tangerine is all about looking cool and staying sharp, while Lemon is the definition of vibes first, murder second. Lemon and Tangerine are the heart and soul of Bullet Train, proving that you don't have to be the main villain to steal the show. They're funny, dangerous, unlucky, and surprisingly emotional, making them some of the most well-rounded assassins in modern action movies. They don't just shoot people and call it a day. They have depth, personality, and one of the best sibling dynamics ever put on screen. Their mix of brilliant action, hilarious banter, and emotional connection makes them stand out in a film filled with great characters. At the end of the day, they may not be the scariest villains, but they're definitely the most entertaining. If you enjoyed this breakdown of everyone's favorite assassin brothers, make sure to like this analysis, subscribe for more villain dissections, and hit that bell button, because if you don't, Lemon will analyze you using Thomas logic, and you do not want to be a diesel.